these guys. It was just,
We gotta go.
I knew it was going to be great, and I knew it would be great in Barry's hands too.
Thanks, John.
I guess it's Joe now. There you go, that'll be the one.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Hey, am I happy to be here tonight or what? At my age, I'm happy to be anywhere. Barry did a fantastic job, and of course, look what he had to work with. Absolutely amazing. And to me, when I first saw the final product, it was a love story. It's a love story to the town, the community, the staff, the high school, and it's certainly to all of you guys over here.
I just wanted to share a couple things about when we very first started. The very first call Doug and I made was to Lee Shapiro, because he's sort of like the godfather of the group, and Lee was a little hesitant, and then he said, "Well, Barry's going to be the one in charge, right?" And then he said, "Oh, okay." Not that he doesn't trust Doug, but maybe he does. And then the second call was to John Feeney, and we thought, well, this is going to be a slam dunk. You know, we were all buddies in high school, and so John answers, and we're both on the line, and he was like, he knew something was up because we don't come from skulls, the three of us, and he's like, "Let me guess, this has something to do about Glen Rock." We're like, yeah. So then we start pitching him the film, and we hear on the other line. So that's yeah, make it a joke. Oh, one other thing real quick, I just wanted to say, because people don't know, this is Tom Hall, he's the executive director here. He's the one responsible for this festival. I came to a Q&A the other night, and I didn't know who you were.
Oh.
I wouldn't know who you were.
Sorry, yeah. I'm terrible at introducing myself. Do we have any questions from the audience?
Hey, for Mr. Zielski, how much of a one-off is this relative to the other 50 years of teaching that you've done? And has anything else ever come close to this in terms of a group of guys doing this? And what was maybe that special chemistry that made this group special?
Very good question. I'm not sure about groups getting together, but certainly over the years there have been individuals who I would say matched talent that we see here tonight. Again, not because of me, but because of their motivation, self-motivation, or parents that made it happen. There have been many over the years.
I've got something to
Well, we're, like Frank Pagano had said, well, and everybody's not here, Lee isn't here tonight, he'll be here tomorrow, Floyd will be there tomorrow, Frank will be there
come tomorrow.
They're all coming
They'll be
tomorrow.
there tomorrow.
Is that we grew up as not just friends, but all brothers. We were all in each other's houses, welcome in anybody's house by anybody's mother and father, and we were very respectful in the hello, Mrs. Cleaver kind of way, you know. And then we went off to do our mischief in the basement, make music. And so it was a family that the town had that kind of community thing. So that just nurtured everybody, along with Joe and Carolyn and everybody else. All of our teachers were the parents who kept an eye on all of us. They cared what was going on. They asked questions. And, you know, we got in trouble, rarely got in trouble, rarely got caught.
The window of 1969 to 1974, 69 being our brother Floyd, and then 74 being Barry, who's not even a musician, who's the producer of the show, and Doug. You guys are the babies, right? You guys are the babies, and you know, and Jimmy and Jeff together, and Frank and Lee Shapiro, who's not here. When you get together 50 years later, and you pick up right where you left off, that's the definition of a true friendship. It's just, that's what it was like, right? We met at Joe's house, we hugged, we reminisced, and it was like it was yesterday. So, Jeff?
So we went to different elementary schools, but we knew each other from an orchestra that was put together of some of the better players, I guess, from all the schools. So I had a band with a couple of my neighbors called the Sound Waves. Yeah. And we used to do Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, which by the time you got to 7th grade wasn't so hip anymore. So I can literally remember seeing Frank and Jimmy walking down the hill towards my house, and they were coming, and they knock on the front door, and they say, "We're going to put a band together, like an R&B band. You know, we want to do like James Brown and stuff like that." And I said, "Yeah." And Jerry was in that band, and we played in that band together from 7th through 12th grade.
Right, yeah.
You know, and played all the dances, the cage, you know, all that stuff. And that was some of my favorite moments. I mean, the band rehearsals could be a little crazy sometimes because of some of the guys, the guys that were in the band, but it was a lot of fun, and I have a lot of fond memories of that. So
I wonder if the timing of this, of your youth, was also at play here, because you guys were in between rock and roll eras in a lot of ways. And I'm wondering if that sort of inspired your growth and development as musicians, because you were, you know, the 50s music and the 60s music was behind you, the 70s were, as we consider it now, heavier and ahead of you. I'm wondering if you were, like, found the perfect moment for you guys to be inspired.
Tears, Chicago, and bands that probably none of you have heard of, you know, that we did a lot of tunes from. But there was also James Brown and Sam and Dave and all that stuff. And Jerry and I were the horn section basically. And then later, well, I think we added a trombone later. Yeah. And it was great.
That didn't last work out. Well, I just want to say one more thing about that.
The, when we started playing music, the music that was happening between 1967 and 1974 was, I have to say, the bar was pretty high. And it was in flux, and everything was being tried out, because when I was doing the charts, Jeff said crazy things at band, I would rip up the chart, remember? You guys are, the Pete Ancona was playing organ, and we had to kick, we had a couple guys that were hoods in the band, Dirk Faust and Pete Ancona. We had to kick them out of the band, and then they came back in, but I would get so mad because we worked so hard, and I would take down these Chicago. I mean, I just put the record on and figure out one voice at a time, but in doing those takedowns and those things, that's where you learn about arranging. And when you do that, and then Jeff would say, that's wrong, this note's wrong, but then they were, God bless both of them, they just would fix the stuff no matter what I wrote, and do the right thing. But the music that we were trying to play, we never thought, oh, that's too hard to do. So, because we were already in jazz band, so we kind of knew from jazz band on Wednesday nights that there was a higher level of music. So the rock seemed a little bit like, yeah, we could do that. That's not a problem. That's not that. That's not Count Basie, you know. But we just worked, you know, way over our head, as if, you know, we could swim regardless, throw us in. And the music, I have to say, and I don't want to sound like an old guy that said it was better, but for us it was our music. So we wanted to do it justice.
The gift that you have given all of us from 50 plus years ago is just an incredible gift, and we're so appreciated, you and your talent, and the fact that we waited 50 plus years for this reunion to come about. And people have talked about it for 50 plus years. When are they going to get back? When will they ever come back and do a reunion concert? So you did it.
No one told me about that. We made the film years ago. I was waiting for it.
Well, everyone, I want to thank you guys for coming tonight, and welcome to the world premiere again. Thank you very much. Couple of notes. The film is eligible for the Audience Award. There's a QR code on the screen, but also on the walls behind you on your way out. Please vote. And the other thing I want to mention is we have another screening tomorrow at MKA up the hill. If you have friends who are interested or you think might be interested in the film, we'd love to welcome them tomorrow. We'll have a Q&A then as well, and a little bit more time to stretch. So thank you all for coming. Barry, thank you for bringing the film to us.
You're welcome.
Please enjoy the rest of the Montclair Film Festival. Thank you.